It is Monday and it's a new weekly reading vlog. I don't know if you can hear that, but just as I started filming, two helicopters have decided to fly over. I thought it was one helicopter, it's two helicopters because I just saw them pass. Like, I could hear them, but I couldn't see them, and then they flew into sightline. Two helicopters, I don't know. And a fly. Sorry, the fly felt left out with the helicopters. This is what happens in the summer when you have your windows open and your doors open. Flies get in. You saw that flying. Like, I'm gonna open the window and let it out in a second. Because it's been at the window for ages, and just as I started filming, it's been like, hello, let me out please. So I'm gonna let it out in a second. Honest to goodness, what a day I have had. What a day. It is currently 11:15 at night. I am getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, I need to start this vlog before it is Tuesday. That fly. The fact that I had... Can you not? I'll let you out in a minute. My god, it's like having another dog. Give me a second. Okay, I've opened the window so it can fly out the window. Please go out the window. It's now attacking the light. Because it's... now all the moths are going to come in, aren't they? Right. Anyway, what was I saying? What a day. What a day. I sound like the start of that diary, Mamma Mia. So, yeah. So I barely got any sleep last night. I was too warm and I've just... my sleep hasn't been great lately. I need to check the side effects of one of my new medications, because I think one of the side effects might be insomnia. Because I had that feeling like I'm exhausted but I can't sleep. So I think one of my side effects, I might be getting some side effects from medications as it's adjusting. Which is great. So I was really warm as well. Like, we had the window open, the fan was on, Kay was like bundled up with like blankets over her feet and stuff, and I was boiling. Absolutely, but I could not cool myself down. So that was fun. Even though it wasn't that warm, even like now it's like, what? I wouldn't say that's 12 degrees now. But last night it was like 8 degrees or something. So I don't know. So didn't get a great sleep. Went to work like a zombie. I had some bad news over the weekend. So on Sunday, which did not help things. So yeah, I was like a zombie this morning at work, and then had to come home, feed Hamish, and then had to go pick up my little brother and sister because they had, well, my mum's about to see Foo Fighters tonight. So I was getting Josh and Amy so their dad could pick them up later, but they had a school disco. The fly is just... the window was open, go out. They had go that... oh no, now stuff's coming in because of the light. Oh, you can't win, honestly. Right, I'll try and make this quick so I'm going to close the window. Yeah, so they had a school disco, so I was getting ready to, like, took them, picked them up from school, and then we thought the school disco started at 5, but it turned out the P1 to P4s had a disco at 5, and then the P5s to P7s had a disco at friggin' 7:15. So I had to wait until like 7:15 for them to go to the disco, and then I just sat in the car on TikTok. I was gonna read, but then I just didn't. Sat on like messaging the girls and like scrolling TikTok until I finished at like 9:15 and picked them up and brought them up for the dad to pick them up. And then I had to edit my vlog, which if I'd known the disco was going to be at 7:15, I could have taken my laptop down and done the editing down at my mum's. Luckily this vlog was only 40 minutes long, or like the raw footage 40 minutes long. Go away! Oh my god. So it was nice and easy to edit. Got that edited, got that exported, and uploaded to YouTube. And then, yeah, like I say, it's 11:15 now, and I am exhausted again. Like, ready to go to bed, and I can just feel, like, you know when you just feel physically exhausted, but your brain just won't switch off. And it's not like, I mean, I know I've been staring at a screen, but like, it's different from like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if you've ever had insomnia, you'll know. I mean, and I do have like problems with insomnia. Like I go through bouts of like, I have like chronic fatigue and insomnia. So I have bouts where one will win out. So I have chronic fatigue where no matter how much I sleep, like I'll sleep and I'll sleep and I'll sleep and I'll sleep, and I'll just be tired, but I will like sleep loads. Like I will be like, my head hits the pillow and I'll crash out. It will take me like less than 5 seconds to be asleep, and like I'll be dead to the world until I wake up. Or I'll have insomnia where it'll take me just to get to sleep. Like last night, I was awake till the end of my podcast, and then I'll check out my earphone and put it away, and then lay awake and awake and awake, and then when I did fall asleep, I was asleep for like half an hour. Woke back up again, shifted, fell back asleep again, woke up, fell back asleep again, woke up, fell back asleep again. Like, and there's a weird sensation I get in my head, in my brain, when I've got insomnia. And I don't know if other people who have insomnia get this as well, when I just know it's going to be one of those nights. And it's like a weird, it's not like it is like a headache, but it's not like a headache. It's almost like when you've got a silent migraine, where you get the tension feeling but not the pain feeling. It's hard to describe, but it's just, I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. I need to take my meds before I go to bed, and hopefully they'll knock me out. But I don't have any actual like put me to sleep meds, because they don't really work anymore. Like my body's built up a tolerance to them, so they don't knock me out anymore, which is unfortunate. So I'm getting distracted by things like blowing in the wind over here. But yeah, hopefully I'll sleep. I feel like I need a week off to just sleep. I'm so tired, but I'm not getting rest. Like I'm getting like, even on my sleep app, like my watch measures my sleep and stuff. When I'm looking on my Samsung Health app, I'm getting like red bars for everything. It's not best pleased. I'm not getting any decent sleep. Like the sleep I'm getting is not good quality either. And I think like as I was editing last week's vlog, I could really tell I wasn't getting good quality sleep. Like the bags under my eyes were just like, oof. Yeah, hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully this week I'll get back into like a better sleep pattern and actually get some sleep. But yeah. Anywho, I have actually got some reading updates. Oh my god. Honest to goodness, like I can't even. This is ridiculous. This isn't even all my pillows for the day. This is just the ones that I've put in here. I have actually started Fixer Up. I am 57 pages in this far. So far, we are just really being introduced to the characters. So we are being introduced to Georgette, who is our female main character, and Travis. And Travis was a baseball player who has had a serious injury that has sort of ruined his career before it can even really take off. And he has moved back to his sort of small town where everybody is like falling over him and being really creepy. It's like it's funny because it's almost, this book is almost caricature-y. Like, it's one of Tessa Bailey's more ridiculous books. Like, Tessa Bailey's books for me fall into two sort of categories. There's the more serious books and her more ridiculous books, and this one so far has fallen into that ridiculous category. Like, that's where I put like My Killer Vacation. Like, that falls, that is her most ridiculous book. Like, that's the one I can't take, you can't take that seriously. Whereas like A Happy One Summer and Hook, Line and Sinker fall into like the more serious categories. Like, those ones are like actual like romance novels, whereas like My Killer Vacation is a spoof, frankly, in my opinion. This one's fallen more into the ridiculous category, like rom-com slapstick type thing. So Georgette is a party clown and she has always had a crush on Travis, who is her brother's best friend. So it's a brother's best friend, fake dating romance. And yeah, he's famous, but also, so it's like a Grumpy Sunshine, brother's best friend, fake dating romance. And like, I'm interested in how this goes, because it's very clear that this is where the idea started brewing for Fangirl Down. Like, having read Fangirl Down, I can see the start of the idea here, because this is like a very, like, Fangirl Down is like a neatened up version, like the less ridiculous version of this so far. Because like Travis and Wells are the same guy in different fonts. It's like they're both pro athletes who are down on the luck in some way. Wells just because he's been a douche and is not very, it's like he's losing his touch. Whereas this guy is actually like severely injured himself. Like he's had an injury that has finished his career, and they're both handling it about as well as the other. And the like female main characters in this are like treating them like, not treating them like kids, but like she literally threw food at him. Like he was in his bed feeling sorry for himself, and she was like his house was filled with like all this old food that he'd been like ordering and then just like ditching, and she literally threw it at him to get him out of bed because he was being a child about it, because he'd be like rotten in his bed basically, and she literally threw rotten food at him to be like, you need to get your ass out of bed, which is something the female main character from the other one would probably have done. But this is like the more ridiculous side of it. So like I can see the ties between the two types of books. So this will be interesting. This will be interesting. But anyway, I don't want this vlog to get too long before I even start it, so I'm going to bed because I'm ridiculously tired. Hello, it is Wednesday. I'm up in my library, as you can tell, because we are getting ready to do the Magic Study live show. I have my book right here. This is such a pretty edition. These are my favourite recover designs. Like, these are my favourite. Like, I loved the ones with the flames, like the ones you get in the box set, but these ones are just absolutely stunning. I can't wait until Fire Study gets delivered in August and I can get the full set. You can't see the shelf up there is the one that has Poison Study on it, but yeah, this month we are discussing Magic Study, so yeah. I have lost my book. Here it is. So I meant to bring my book up because it's currently 20 to 7. The live isn't until 7:30. I didn't vlog at all yesterday, which I don't even know what happened to yesterday, if I'm being perfectly honest. I can't tell you what I did yesterday. Oh, that's what happened yesterday. I ended up signing up to Surfshark. You know, the one that YouTubers are always like being sponsored by. So I used Shaba's code. Her link, I'll tag Shabba down below. I used her Surfshark sponsorship link to get 28 technically. It's like 24 months discounted plus 4 months free. To get Surfshark because I was on TikTok, right? Here we go, settling. I was on TikTok and somebody was talking about their controversial book talk opinions, and they were saying that one of the things, I'm gonna move this. One of the things they were saying is that they preferred the TV show for The Magicians over the books. Now, I love these books. These books are, I love this trilogy. It is a trilogy of, it's like Narnia, but dark as hell. Like, if you have a trigger, this is in it. This is like trigger warning city. Like, seriously. I think the only thing it doesn't have is like animal harm, which is the thing I can't read. Like, I hate egregious animal harm. And yeah, that's the only thing this doesn't have, which is hilarious because it's basically Narnia, and obviously Narnia, there's like talking animals. But like, I think obviously in my head, like when it's like an anthropomorphized animal, I can like, no, like I can not be okay with them being hurt, but like it's not a defenseless thing being hurt. Like if they're like fighting back, like I don't know, it makes sense in my head. But like it's like if they're in a fight and they get hurt and like they go and get healed, like that's fine. But like if it's like an animal just getting abused, that I can't read that. Anyway, so yeah, she was saying that she prefers the TV show to the books, and I started watching the TV series when it started airing, like originally back in 2015, which I didn't realise it was way back in 2015. And so I was like, she also said she preferred the Martian movie to the book, and I was like, okay, like most of the stuff I was like, fair enough, like some of the stuff she was saying, and then she said that and I was like, don't get me wrong, love the movie, I think it's one of the best adaptations I've ever seen. Very, very close to the book, but there's just something about the book that's just, anyway, not the point, this is why I said buckle in. But I didn't continue watching it, I only got so far into it, like, and I don't even mean like into like, there's 5 seasons, I barely got a few episodes into season 1. So I was like, I really want to watch The Magicians. Like, she's put me in the mood to watch The Magicians and actually finish it this time. And so I started hunting for it online. It is not on any streaming service available in the UK except Prime, like Prime Video, but you have to pay for it. And when you get to like the last, so like the first season is like £11.99 or something to buy for the first season, and then it just gets more and more expensive until the last season, season 5, is like 45 quid or something to buy, 30, 45, I can't even remember, but it's like ridiculous to get for the season, and I'm like, I am not paying that. Like, that is like, it increases in price per season to get to the last season. And then the DVDs, the box set that you can buy on Amazon, season 1 is UK coded, and then season 2 to 5 is US coded. So you can't even watch the DVDs that you can buy because they're coded for US devices. So you put them in your DVD player, they don't work. Not that I have a DVD player, but Kay's got a PlayStation 4. So, like, I could watch them on the PlayStation, but I can't because they're US coded. So, I was getting really frustrated, and I looked at CEX, you can only find season 1. So, eventually, I was like, where can I watch? Like, where can I get it? The only place they have it available is US Netflix. And I was like, So then I remembered, like, everybody else was going on about VPNs, and one of the things you can do is change location to like the US or the UK. Like, you can change your location in your VPN to a different country, and when you do that, you can access like Netflix from that country. And so what I could do is get a VPN, and Kay has a VPN, so I had to wait and check with her what her VPN, like, type of VPN she had. So I could, like, go over to US Netflix and watch it on US Netflix. But Kay doesn't have that, Kay doesn't have that kind of VPN. It's just, like, a really basic one to, like, protect your data and whatever. So I was like, do you know what? I really want to watch this. There'll be other things that I want to watch as well. Let's just pull the trigger. I'll go see how much it is. Clicked onto it, clicked on Shabba's link, went over to it, and it was like 50 quid, 70 quid in total for what was going to be 28 months. So that's 2 years plus 4 months of Surfshark for 70 quid total. So it was like £2 per month or something to be able to watch this. And I was like, that's cheaper than buying it on Prime. So I just did it. I was like, stuff it, I'll get it. I just bought it. So I'm only 6 episodes in to season 1 and I'm already further than I got when I watched it the first time. And do you know what? The TV series is so much less brutal than the books so far. Like, so much less brutal. Like I said, these books are just like, you got trigger, you got trigger, you got trigger. Like, this is like Oprah handing out triggers. Like, there are so many things in this that happen where it's just like, I didn't realise, like, there's not much that bothers me in books. Like, there's a lot that I can read. I'm getting, like, there's sometimes where, like, if I'm not in the mood, like, if I'm feeling a little bit like, yeah, I can, like, struggle to read certain scenes. But generally speaking, like, I don't care. Like, you can, like, do a lot. Like, you can put a lot in a book. But even I have to, like, say, like, these can get quite dark. Like, to be fair, there's things, like, when people talk about, like, Haunting Adelaide and stuff, I'm just like, pass. Like, dark romance, I wouldn't choose to go in and read stuff like that. But, like, I've lost the thread of my thought. But, like, I've not had to think about triggers and stuff like that. It's only when I'm recommending stuff now. Like, being on YouTube, being on other platforms, recommending stuff to my friends, when I know now that other people do require trigger warnings and content warnings and things like that. Because I don't, like, I mean, if I'd known that, like, Delirium, oh my god, that thing sticks in my head, right, like, it just sits there. If I'd known that Delirium was going to have that egregious, horrible, gratuitous violence against that animal, I would not have picked it up. I wouldn't have read it, because it's, like, permanently scarred me. And if I ever meet Lauren Oliver, I might actually slap her with her own book. Like, there was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for what she wrote in that book. Sorry. If I start, I will not stop for a while. So, like, I totally get why. And that's not even, like, that's not even triggering in the way that, for some people, triggers can, like, really, really, like, badly set them off. But, like, when I actually think about it, and what, like, because I was watching the TV series, and thinking about, like, all the stuff that they've taken off, like, all the ways that they've, like, softened it, or censored it, or, like, brought it down, like, several notches to make it more consumable for the general public. Because if people read this, and then were like, you love this series? And I was like, yes, they'd be like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong in your head? It's like when I say I love things like A Dairy of Blood, or My Dark Vanessa, or, like, the sheer psychological torture that Katniss goes through in the Hunger Games. Like, objectively, you'd be like, what is wrong with you? But, like, there's just something about the way that, like, the human condition can be explored in books in that way, and these dark things can be explored in such a well-written and well thought out way, that I just really, really, like, there's a reason I studied forensics. Like, it's just, picking apart the darker side of humanity just fascinates me, and that's why I love these books. But, like, the way they have changed the series to make it more palatable is noticeable. So, suffice to say, I'm interested in the series. I'm interested to see where they go with it. I can't remember what started this thought, and I can't tie it up. There's a loose end there somewhere. But now I started a reread of this, and I read this, and I'm due to start. This is the next one I need to reread, Magician King. But I've now. This is blurred by George R.R. Martin. Dark and dangerous and full of twists is what George R.R. Martin says about it. George R.R. Martin said it was dark and dangerous. Like, anyway, this is the next one, The Magician's King, and then The Magician's Land is the last one. This is like a really thick boy novel. I'm really interested to see how they do like this in the TV show, because like I say, they've already there's parts of the novel where like things happen at the same time, and the TV show we're seeing them happen at the same time, but in the novel we get told about them, like, so like you see Quentin's point of view, and then he meets up with a friend who then tells him what happened to her while he was doing his thing. So like in the TV show we're seeing it happen concurrently, so it's just, yeah. Anyway, I am, however, I left my book downstairs, which is part of the point I was going to get to. I left my book downstairs. It's now 10 to 7. Live show doesn't start until 7:30, so I am going to finish this YouTube video that I'm watching about the Drake equation, and then I'm going to start reading Thunderhead, because I was thinking about it today. So I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books on my TBR, and I'm partway through a 9th, and it is the 19th of the month. I am actually fairly confident about getting through my TBR. This is the thick boy on the TBR. I have 1, 2, 3 rereads on there that are all romance, so they are going to go like that. Fire Study I'm not going to read until the end of the month. And the Mystery at Dunvegan Castle I think is going to go quick. So I only really need to, I feel like it's going to be I feel like it's manageable. I just need to actually like get to reading, of course. But yeah, so I'm going to start Thunderhead because I have been thinking about it. And it's funny because I'm reading Fixer Up, and I know once I'm hooked, I'm going to be fine, but I'm not getting a chance to sit down and read and get to that part. So with romance, I like to read it quite quickly, whereas with things like fantasy and sci-fi of this style, so like Thunderhead, I think Drips and Drabs will be okay, because it is quite a lot to get my head round. So being able to only read like 20, 30, 40 pages at a time is a lot more suited to this. So I'm going to start reading this, start this just now. I'm going to use Chloe's bookmark, because again I've left the bookmark I was using downstairs. This is upside down. It's upside down and backwards, so I couldn't tell it was upside down. This is one of Chloe Reads Books bookmarks, as you can tell by the fact that it says Chloe Reads Books, and look at her little face. She's adorable. You can't see that, it's too blurry. But yeah, she is. Look at her. Look at her. It's too blurry, but I promise you, she's adorable. And this bookmark says this book is fine. I hope this book is more than fine, but this is just something she says a lot. So she'll be reading a book and she'll be like, yeah, this book is fine. And it's hilarious. And yeah, so I think she always has these bookmarks on sale. I'm not quite sure. I'll tag Chloe down below as well. If I ever mention somebody in my videos and they have social media and they are happy for me to tag them, I will always tag them down below for you to go and find them. But yeah, I'm just going to use one of Chloe's bookmarks for Thunderhead. But I am going to stop my yapping, finish this video, and get to reading. Hello, it is Thursday and I am friggin' done with this week. I swear to God, I'm done with this month. Like, done. I'm done. I'm just done. Done. Like, I'm done with this year. 2024 can go sit a cactus. Like, what? Why? So, I went in the shower this morning and I was washing my hair and opened my eye while I was washing my hair, and something that went into my eye, I thought it was shampoo. Turns out it was not shampoo, it was something hard. I don't know if it was like a bit of plastic that might have been in the shampoo, or a bit of plastic that had come off of the, like, I've got a shampoo, like a hair scrubber thing that I use to help with my hand, because like doing this with my fingers really hurts. So like I'll like suds up the shampoo and then I'll put it on my hand and then I'll like scrub, and then I'll scrub for a little bit just to scrub the shampoo into my scalp a little bit. I don't know if like a little bit of plastic broke off of that, or like a really teeny, or if a bit of grit came in from somewhere, or something, a little bit, like something went into my eye, and I thought it was just shampoo, so I immediately was like rubbing, trying to like get my eye to water to like, no, some kind of hard thing, like grit or plastic or something went into my eye. So it was still bothering me when I got out of the shower, still bothering me like 3-4 hours later when I got to work. Phoned the opticians and I was like, I think I've scratched my eye, like scratched my cornea, and they're all like, okay, could you come in at 3:20? So I went in, and she did all these like checks and stuff, because my eyes blurry, like things are blurry. She's trying to read the stuff I was doing at work, like the documents and stuff I was working on. It's a total nightmare trying, like, because I was like squinting and stuff trying, and the more I try and focus, the sorer it is. She did all these things like flip my eye inside out and everything. No, my eye. Flip my eye, like check my eye, the inside of my eyelid and everything. And she was like, oh yeah. She was like, yeah, you've scratched your cornea. And she was like, and there's a good hell of a lot of scratches on the inside of your eyelid as well. She was like, you've damaged that as well. And I was like, great. Fantastic. So I've got drops for just like to kind of lubricate my eye to stop it from irritating. She said the cornea will heal really fast, but my eyelid will like irritate for a little while, so that'll stop it from like, that'll like help make it move slightly easier so it won't irritate as much. I've got antibiotics as well, because like antibiotic drops, because that's just standard procedure with eyes. So yeah, I've got like my eyes just constantly watering, and it's constantly giving off like gunk, basically. So loving life right now. Constantly, like, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but like, it just, to me it looks really watery. I don't know if that, in like red, but I don't know if that's coming across or not. But yeah, so that's another insult to injury, or injury to injury, to add onto that as well. So having a great time with it. I don't have a video for tomorrow. I was planning on doing that today, but obviously I had to go down to the opticians and stuff, so that was great. And I'm just exhausted. Like, I have never been this tired before. Even though I went to bed early last night, like, I'm so exhausted. I bought myself a book to feel better, so that comes tomorrow. I have been reading more. Before I went to sleep last night, I read some more of Fix Her Up. I'm now 100 pages in. Yeah, this is going to be one of like Tessa Bailey's less serious romance novels. Like, I can see why people aren't as keen on this series, but it's going to be like a funny slapstick rom-com, and that's like fine. I'm here for that. I also yesterday started reading Thunderhead. I am only up to chapter 3, so not very many pages in. It's page 26 is where I finished, but I only started on page 13, so I'm only like 13 pages in. I'm already enjoying being back in this world. I love the Thunderhead. Like, I love the idea of the Thunderhead, and I love where this is going already with the Thunderhead. We've only had 3 interactions with the Thunderhead. So each chapter in this, so it starts off with like a paragraph or a section from like a thing from the Thunderhead's point of view, and then a chapter, and then an interlude from the Thunderhead, and then a chapter. And I love the Thunderhead. I love the Thunderhead. If you don't know anything about Scythe is a war. The Thunderhead is the second book in the Scythe series. The Scythe series is set in a world where they have cured death. So like, people don't die, they become deadish. So like, they can be revived. People can reduce their ages down, like they can age back down to babies, like they've solved death, disease, everything like that. And so because our world can't sustain everybody just to survive, they have these people called scythes, and it's Scythe's job to glean the population. And so they have statistics that they have to go by. So like, they have to glean so many men, so many women, so many of each race, make up so many economic background. Like, they have statistics and stuff that they have to keep to match, like, natural death. Like, how natural death would occur. But how they glean and things like that is totally up to them. And there is this thing called the Thunderhead. And the Thunderhead is an AI that was created that is kind of what helped them beat death. And it it doesn't control, because it's neutral. It is completely neutral. It cares for and looks after and kind of is just, it looks after everything in this world. So all the AI systems go through the Thunderhead. It is everywhere. It's very like Big Brother, like George Orwell would have a shit fit if he read Scythe, if he was in the world of Scythe. It's my alarm going off for my meds, but I've already had my meds, so it's fine. George Orwell would have a shit fit knowing about the Thunderhead. Like, it is the AI that controls all the cameras, like it has control over everything, but it makes sure that the world stays fair and safe and things like that. And the only thing that the Thunderhead does not recognise is the Scythe. So the Scythes are out with the Thunderhead's sort of maintenance. And the Thunderhead as a concept is this computer, like it's an AI, it's a computer but it's an AI, and it's not as simple as being like a dumb computer. And I love the concept of the Thunderhead that we're getting in Thunderhead, like, because the Scythes are human and the Scythes are just as corrupt as anybody with power. And I love it so much that the Thunderhead recognises this, but the Thunderhead also knows that it cannot do anything about it because it is neutral and it does not recognise the Scythes. But it also recognises that it is neutral and it does not do anything about the Scythes. And I love the Thunderhead so much. I love the Thunderhead. I love the Thunderhead so much. I need to remind myself, Edit and Andy will have put a spoiler tag up there for Thunderhead and Scythe. I don't think I would have given too much away spoiler wise, but I know some people might not have wanted to hear any of that, so I'll put, like, remember to put like a little spoiler tag up here. But yeah, I love the Thunderhead so far. As like a concept and a character, because it's AI, because it's given Bicentennial Man. Like, right now, it's given Bicentennial Man, but not. Anyway, give my age away there. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Not enjoy the fact that I can't see properly. Like, I can't, like, right now as I'm looking at this, if I was to cover this eye, so this is the eye that's affected. If I was to cover this eye, I'm like, in this thing, I'm like a blob of, so like I could see, I could see a dark colour for my hair, like the skin colour for my face, and then the blue, and then like the dark colour, like everything is just colour blocks. Everything's totally fine with it. Like, everything here is colour blocks. I can't see properly because my eye is totally faked. But thankfully corneas heal incredibly fast. So by tomorrow morning, when I wake up, it should be totally fine. But my eyelid will take longer to heal, unfortunately. That's why she's giving me the stuff for my eye. But that alarm also tells me that it's 7 o'clock, which means that Gem is live. So I will be popping over to watch Gem's live, and I will probably curl up and have a nap in the first sprint, and then hopefully get to reading. I'm really excited to read Thunderhead, and I'm even more excited now that I've already started it and like getting into that whole thing. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna go and probably have an early night again tonight because I'm absolutely shattered. So I've just got home from work, right, and I've just made myself a meal deal. Like, well, I didn't make myself a meal deal. I got a meal deal from Tesco yesterday to have for lunch today, right? And I like to deconstruct my meal deals and put some mustard, like English mustard, the yellow one, I think it's English mustard, Coltman's mustard, on the sandwich because I like mustard. And it just gives a little flavour. Like, I don't like spicy, but I like mustard. You know, I had to get, you know, I might get like the cheese and ham baguette thing, the little, you know, little thing, and then I'll put mustard on it. And this time they didn't have any left, so I got the Deli Meat Feast, which is the other one I like. And so I'd forgotten that Kay had accidentally cut up some cheese, so she thought I needed cheese for something, so she like sliced a bunch of cheese. I didn't need cheese for something, so she just put it in a little tub and put it in the fridge. This little cheese fiend over here was in the garden, and normally, like, you touch the cheese packet and he's there. Like, he can be in a dead sleep, he can be on the other side of the garden. He could be in Timbuktu and you touch that cheese packet in the fridge. And we've done experiments, like, we've touched other packets of other things in the fridge, nothing. You touch the cheese packet, he's there. Cheese fiend. Absolute cheese fiend, right? But I didn't need to touch the cheese packet because I already had slices of cheese. Now, he was in the garden, I'd taken everything out, it was fine, he hadn't reacted, he wasn't bothered because it wasn't the cheese packet. It was a plastic tub, like a clip tub of sliced cheese, pre-sliced cheese. I didn't need to do anything for it, it was already done. And I thought, that's nice, I'll put it on my sandwich. That way the cheese doesn't get wasted. And so, like, I was like deconstructing my sandwich. He doesn't want to be bothered about my sandwich because he doesn't get human food, so he doesn't bother when you're making food. It's only if you touch the cheese packet, because he always knows he gets a little bit of cheese because he loves cheese. So he always goes, teeny, a little bit of cheese, just a treat, right? Cheese is the only thing he gets. Ham, doesn't care, nothing, cheese. Cheese and carrots and apples are the 3 human food he gets. Cheese, carrots and apples. That's it. That's what he gets. He gets other fruit and vegetables as well, but like, those are the things that he really like, goes mad for. And so, you tell me why when I lift the first bit of cheese out of this tub. Now, I'd clicked open the tub and set it on the side. He's on the other side of the garden. I lift this bit of cheese, and suddenly all I hear is like click, 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 click of his nails. As he comes in from the back, I'm just like, hi, I see you got cheese there. How did he know I had cheese? Cheese fiend. Cheese fiend. That he is. Fiend. Anyway, I need to eat this, put some more antibiotics in my eye, and then go film. While I've got the energy. Hopefully this doesn't zap the energy like eating yesterday did. But yeah, oh, I also got book mail. I'm just putting off the eating. I'm really excited to eat, but I'm just putting it off now. I bought myself a book to make me feel better, and I got Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I loved, when I tell you I loved Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young, and it's funny because I think I've said this 30,000 times before, I bought Next of Kin because I want to read Next to You, which I've not even read yet. I wanted to read Next of You, found out it was the second in a duology, so I bought Next of Kin to read Next to You, which again, not read yet. And then, this is Hannah Bonham Young's first novel, that is the one that everybody goes mad about. It's got a monster. I just realised it's got a Monstera on the spine. Kay loves Monstera. She was mad for Monstera. It's got Monstera and a snake plant on the front as well. Yeah, so this is about 2 disabled characters. You can see one has a prosthetic and the other has a hand-limb difference. And that's all I really know, other than the fact that people go absolutely mad for this book. That's all I need to know, is that it's written by Hannah Bonham Young. It has disabled characters and everybody goes mad for it. I was reading the back and it seems to be some kind of accidental pregnancy trope thing, which, you know, don't really care. I don't really mind that trope. I just know that I love Hannah Bonham Young's writing. I love the characters that she creates, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this, so my TBR may get punted a little bit because I'm having a crappy couple of months, so we shall see. But I'm going to go and eat my lunch and watch my YouTube and then get to filming, hopefully, if I don't feel too crap. Because I've got the house to myself, finally, nobody else is off, so I can film in peace. Hello, it is Friday. I have decided I wanted a cookie. These cookies are really hard. These are Fox's Fabulous milk chocolate cookies, and they're like really quite disappointing. They're really, I have this idea in my head of what it's going to be like, and then they're really hard to like bite through, and they don't taste as good as they do in my head, you know. What I really like, my favourite Fox's biscuit, yes I said biscuit, this is the problem when you have boobs, right? So from your view, it looks like my shirt just like, but there's a gap like this big, like this big, where there's just an open open gap where there's now crumbs. If I want to, like, I need to, like, do this if I don't want crumbs to go down my top. Which is great. Just boobs. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Yeah, so I've been... Oh, right, yeah. Fox's biscuits. Yes, I did say biscuits. Totally lost my train of thought there. The ones that I like, and I can't remember what they're called, but I do know they're called something else that I thought was a different kind of different kind of thing. They call it a clear... Like, I thought they were something else. And I was like, no, I don't want to try them. And then, I don't like them. And then I tried them, and they're totally not what I thought they were. But they're like, this kind of like biscuit with chocolate. Viennese something. It's like biscuit with a layer of chocolate and then the same biscuit sandwiched. Those are amazing. The biscuit is like soft. You don't need to like have rodent teeth to get through it. And the best, like the chocolate's fine. Like this chocolate, this is like milk chocolate and it's fine. But these, like, I don't know if you've ever had these. Like it's the, wait a minute. These ones I'm eating, it's these ones. They kind of taste almost coconutty to me, which I don't like coconut. So yeah, but I have it in my head that they're going to taste like these Viennese. I think they're called Viennese things. I've got it in my head they're going to taste like that and they're going to feel like it, and they're not. And every time I get myself excited for them, and then they don't taste like it. Just for this box, this is the first time I've had them, and it's so disappointing. But I'm not going to waste them, so I'm going to eat them. I've been reading Fixer Up. I was supposed to, it's because I'm so sorry, Hamish. Yeah, sorry, I am saying biscuits. My God, that is, my brain is absolutely bouncing around. Because of the way the panda says it in the advert. It's literally the end of that sentence that I could not say. I have so much crumb down my boobs. I'm so sorry. And he was just staring at me. Because the things we put, like with the scoop of like, Americans call it kibble, like the dry dog food that we put in his thing, we call it biscuits. Not kibble, kibble's a weird thing to say, I don't know. We call it like the dry dog food, we call it biscuits. But Kay refers to it as biscuits to Hamish, and so now that I've been saying this so many times, he's looking at me like... Because like, he gets fed at 8 o'clock, because he gets like wet food in the morning at like 7 o'clock. When Kay gets up, or like 7:30, when Kay gets up before she goes to work. And then he gets the dry food and his snuffle mat at like 2:30 when I come in from work. And then he gets 5:30, he gets wet food again. And then at 8 o'clock he gets the dry, and his snuffle mat again at 8 o'clock. Which sounds like a lot of food for a small dog, but it's his daily portion just split up because we used to mix the dry and wet together. It's like a paste, not paste, like it's like, it is almost like a paste that he gets with the wet food. It's not like chunks with like, it's the 4th grade paste stuff. But he's got, because he had like a kidney, he's one of his kidneys, he had a lot of problems with it. It was a 2.6 kilo cyst in a 12 kilo dog. So you can imagine the amount of space that took up in his stomach, and it was pushing on his stomach and pushing it up into his ribs and stuff. And if he didn't get fed, like if he didn't eat every like few hours, he would be sick. Like he would bring up a load of bile and stuff. So he needs to be fed. Like we worked out with his vet that he needed to be fed like smaller portions more often. And the way we worked that out is that we separated his food into his wet food and his dry food. Because he wasn't, if he gets just wet food, it upsets his tummy on the other end. If he gets just dry food, so like just wet food, it's not good on his other end. Just dry food, he gets all bunged up. So he needs a mix of the both to keep his stomach happy and keep everything running smoothly. So we just split it up until like he gets his wet food and dry food, you know. And the dry food goes into the snuffle mat just to keep things interesting for him, you know, because the snuffle mat keeps them like engaged and like makes them use their nose and like it makes it interesting for them. But because I've been saying the B word, he's like sitting over there like staring at me. Didn't even notice. I looked up and he's just like staring at me. me. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. My eye is, I feel like you can't really see it because of the light, but like this eye is all bloodshot and like it's got because the stuff, the antibiotics is like a gel, it's got like a glazed look to it, like literally like you can see there's like a layer on it as like compared to this eye, so I look like I'm on something. It's not a good look, and I've got to do this for another 4 days. So that's great. But yeah, Fix Her Up. So I'm now 182 pages into Fix Her Up, which is about the halfway-ish point. Halfway-ish point? Maybe just under the halfway-ish point. And this book went from like 0 to 100 in like 0.5 seconds. It really, really did. I could totally see why people don't like this. If you are not, like, I don't think this is like an early Tessa Bailey book to read. Like, you need to read Tessa Bailey and be invested in Tessa Bailey's writing before you read this book, I feel like. Or you need to not be taking this seriously. Because, like, this is not a serious book. This is a silly, goofy, fun time book. I was talking about this in one of my other vlogs when I was talking about Reckless by Elsie Silver. Like, this is the polar opposite to Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is a silly, funny, goofy, fun time, surface level, unserious romance, rom-com slapstick, like, type, like, book. Like, this isn't going deep, like, digging in deep to, like, social issues or, like, issues with cat. No, this is not doing that. Like, yeah, there are things like that mentioned in present, like, Travis has issues with his dad. Like, his dad seems verging on abusive from, like, we're not into that storyline yet, but, like, I'm getting senses of, like, he's quite abusive, if not physically, quite emotionally, mentally, verbally, and he's kind of not dealt with that correctly, like, not dealt with that, like, he's not dealt with it, basically, like, he's still haunted by that. Georgie's family don't take her seriously because she is the baby of the family, and she's kind of decided she needs to get, it's kind of like Ziggy in the Bergman Brothers series, she wants to be taken seriously, so they decide to fake date because he has this job coming up and he needs to look better, and she wants to be taken more seriously. So it's kind of like that, the Bergman Brother book where they fake date to look serious, but like, there's a lot less going on in the sense of like digging deep into things. This is very much like a surface level type book, like, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I know what I'm getting into with it and I'm not mad. Like, this is ridiculous, it's making me laugh. Like, this is here for a fun time, not a long time. You know what I mean? This is that kind of book. And because I know that, and because I'm not expecting anything of it, I'm having a good time. So, that is all good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my cookie, let Hamish out for wee-wees. We heard that. Do you wee-wees? I'm going to finish my cookie, let Hamish out for wee-wees. Fill up my... I've had 2 of these today. I almost smacked myself in the face with this. I've had 2 of these today, plus the cups of tea that I've been having. So I'm hydrated. I don't know why I did that. I've had 2 of these today. This bottle is 750 mils. So I've had 2 of these today. Plus this mug, which is like so this mug is at least, where's the measurements on this? At least 500 mils of fluid, and I know this because I know how much water it takes to fill up at least 2, maybe 3 cups of this. So I'm hydrated today. I've had my painkillers, so I just need to, I've lost my train of thought again. Eat cookie, let Hamish out, fill water bottle. Meds are already sorted for the morning. Done that, tick. grab my earphones to take upstairs because I need my podcast to fall asleep. It's called Planet Sleep. It's excellent. There's something I'm missing. Phone, water bottle, meds. Phone, water bottle, meds, earphones. No, that's it. That's the 4 things to take upstairs. Plus my book. Do like you're getting ready for bed stuff. Go upstairs. I need to take my antihistamine. Take my antihistamine. Bed. And read for a little bit. I really need to go to bed. This is a very disarrayed section of the vlog. He was just looking at me like, you good? I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep on this chair at like 9 o'clock. I don't even know where I don't even know where Kay is. When I fell asleep on this chair, Kay was there. It's now midnight. I don't know where Kay is. She's going to be upstairs, but whether she's in bed or whether she's playing Stardew, not a clue. So, I assume if she was going to bed, she would have come and got Hamish because he usually goes to bed with her. But we will find out. I need to get the crumbs. This is so bad. This is so solid. Like, I'm pretty sure I could like throw this at somebody and it would hurt significantly. Like every time I bite into it, it doesn't like cleanly come away. Like I'm covered in, this is horrible. Like I'm covered in bits of cookie and I don't like messy food. Okay, this is not a good angle. I'm like half out the things because I'm sitting like right back on my seat and I've got my phone is so thick. Ow, that was my wrist. My phone is so thick that I can sit it on its side without leaning it against anything. That's how thick my phone is. Anyway, so I've got the sprints sitting ready to go. Becca's sprints start in 40 minutes, which means it is 20. My watch is charging. It is 20 past 11, and there we go, switch my watch on. I think it's 20 past 11. I have nothing to tell me the time, and I am getting ready to read. I don't know what's happening with my top here. I have drunk my tea. I have watched a YouTube video to sit and drink my tea. I can't sit in silence, and I like to watch YouTube videos. Alec Estate. I know Alec Estate. We're not talking about it, but we're going for a push today. I want to like try and finish my TBR as much as I can. If I don't get some of my rereads done, I'm not going to be mad. Like, that's fine. But I would like to get the books I like that are first time reads read. So that is Thunderhead, Mystery at Dunvegan Castle, and Girl Goddess Queen are the 3 books that I haven't read yet on my TBR. The rest are all rereads, except The Taxidermist's Daughter. That thing's sitting over me like a cloud. That is also, I haven't read that yet. So technically I have 4 books. But I'm just pretending The Taxidermist's Daughter doesn't exist at this point. We're just pretending it doesn't exist. But I have Thunderhead here. We're doing a push to read as much of Thunderhead as possible today. I am this far through. Currently, that is 156 pages of 515. We're going to check in through the day to see how I've done. This is the plan. We're going to push today. I've just started part 3. And I want to try and get, like I say, if I could finish this would be amazing, but it's 515 pages. So I don't know if I would be able to finish that. How many sections? This is part 6. So I think, okay, so there's 6 parts. So I'm on part 3. So there's part 4. I wish I could put like another bookmark in to mark like sections, but I can't because it's really stiff. There's part 5, there's part 6. So that's the sections of like the parts. So that's part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. There's the 4 sections. If I could get like a section read each sprint, that would be amazing. That's not going to happen though, because that's like, so, see, it's really stiff pages. Where is it? So, So part 3 ends at 240. So that's, what did I say, this is 256. So just under, so that's 90 pages. I don't think I could read 90 pages in an hour. And then this starts at 2:45 to 3 again. I don't know. I don't think I could read 100 pages. I'm not like Emma or Siobhan or Hattie. I can't read 100 pages an hour. I probably could if I got my stride up, but I can't see properly right now because of my eye. The scratch is healed. Like, the scratch on my cornea is healed, so technically my eyesight is fine. But the antibiotic gel that I have to use on it kind of puts a layer across my eye, and so my eye's still a little bit fuzzy, so I can't read, and it feels weird. Like, it doesn't burn, like that's not the right, but it's the closest sensation that I can think of. You know when you get something in your eye and that weird after thing? That's what it feels like when, like, with the, you know, when, you know what I mean? Like, if you've got something in your eye and you've got that weird, that's what it feels like, just permanently in my eye right now. And so, like, reading something, whenever I move, like, track my eyes, it just feels really weird and it's making it harder to read. Which is really annoying. So yeah, I don't think I'm just making excuses now. I don't think I can read 100 pages an hour. I also kind of want to read Out on a Limb. I don't think I'm going to get this read this month. I think I might put this and possibly Next of Kin on my July TBR. We shall see. But like, this has been so hyped that I really, really want to read it. But we shall see. Do you think, tell me now, if you want to go down in the comments, tell me now, do you think I can finish Thunderhead by the end of this vlog? Because I don't think I can. I have 300 and something pages left. Well, I suppose I could read 300 pages. There's 360 odd pages left to read. I could potentially do that in a day. But it's also like heftier fantasy than I'm used to reading. Glasses are minging. I'm gonna have to clean my glasses. It is a heftier fantasy than I'm used to reading, so it is taking a little bit. Like, I could read a 300, 400 page romance novel in a day, no problem. Like, that's, or a contemporary book, or, you know, that sort of thing. But fantasy, sci-fi, and saying that, I could probably read a Becky Chambers in a day. Like, that's probably, I don't know. We shall see. But the goal of the day is to try and get as much of Thunderhead read as physically possible. So I'm going to have to go and clean my glasses. Hopefully this will help with... Oh, that's even worse. Hopefully this will help with the reading. Also, like, my eyes are so fatigued right now. It's not great. Anyway, I'm going to go. Sprints are starting in... I don't know, it's gone to a screensaver. However long, 25 minutes? No, 35 minutes. And I'm going to start reading now because I want to. I'll speak to you later. Okay, so the time is currently 2:30, or 2:25. I got, before I start, I got a new watch wristband and I really like it. It's like a raspberry red colour. I think it's really pretty and it's got like flowers on it, like etched into it. I really like it. It kind of matches my glasses. I'm very happy. There's like a teal colour that kind of matches my wall, like a bluey, greeny colour. It's the same, and I think I'm gonna get, I wanted to get one, see the quality, see how I liked it before I bought more, so I will probably get another one of those. I'll see how I do with this for a week before I buy the other one, because they are, like, they're not expensive, but like, in my brain, when you can get like a pack of 10 for the same price, it's like, I'd rather know before I spend the money, you know? So, yeah, I've taken off my black one and I've put on this one, and I'm really happy with it so far. It's really nice. It feels really weird because it's not like the other one. This one, like, widens up the top, whereas this one doesn't. So, like, it feels really weird. So I'm still getting used to it, but I really like it. It's silicone as well, so it's nice and soft. Anyway, the point of this update is that I'm now this far into Scythe, I am 322 pages in. I've now hit part 5. So I believe I was on part 3 the last time. And we are on these, we're just about to finish the second sprint. So I have in fact managed a section per sprint. The first sprint I didn't quite manage a section, I was like 2 pages off, but I was also doing other things. But I don't know, I've read so many pages. I've read like 80 odd pages this sprint. I did work it out, but I can't remember what it is now. Like 87 pages or something this sprint. Since I last talked to you, I have read this many pages. So there's a good chance that I can finish this. So I don't know how many pages I have left, but I have this much left of the book. I'm enjoying it. This is not going at all where I thought it was going to go. I don't know where I thought it was going to go, but I'm actually quite surprised. Like, I'm actually quite surprised at where this is going. I still love the Thunderhead as a character. Like, it's funny because you're only getting small snippets, like small page sections from the Thunderhead's perspective, but I really love the Thunderhead as a character. I don't even know if I would say it as a character. It's interesting getting the extra perspective as well, because you're getting the 2 that you had in the first book plus an extra character, and it's really interesting seeing that extra character. I did find myself getting confused at first because one of the characters has 2 names in this, or 2 of the characters actually have 2 names, but one of the characters, because they're switching between their 2 names and like between sentences and stuff, it was confusing me, but I think I've got it now. Because it's been a while since I read Scythe. It's been like a few months, so my brain was like, who's that again? And then I remembered like why they have 2 names, and I was confused. But now I'm not confused, but I'm so like, I want to know. There's another character as well who is like keeps popping up, and they're doing something else. They're away over here doing something else, and I want to know what they're doing. I want to know what they're doing. Like, I want, because of what they said before they went away, there's a section in, like, one of the sections in here, part 6, where I think we're going to find out what they were doing, and I really want to find out what they were doing. So we will find out what they're doing in this next section. Not this section, probably not this section, but the next section. Anyway, this sprint's about to finish. I have done my section. Hopefully I can get to section 5? I just had it, part 6. Oh no, I've just started part 5. Part 6. Oh, that's the last part. I'm feeling so dumb right now. So I've just got part 5 and part 6 to read now. So I've got 2 parts left. This is it, the 2 parts that I have left. So part 5, I've got how many pages? 80, 90 pages-ish. I'll do that in a sprint. If I don't do anything else. I could finish this today. It's only 2:30. It's only 2:30. There will probably be 2 more sprints. I could probably finish this today. Easily. Wow. Wow. Can I actually do this? Oh my god. Anyway, sprint's about to end, so I'll update you later. Okay, we're ignoring my hair. It's stressing me out, and I don't have a hairband. It keeps like poking me in the eye. I've got the hairdresser on Wednesday, so good timing. But poking me in my bad eye, that's just poor form here. But we are at the last section. We are at section 6, part 6 of Thunderhead. I have this much left, which is 103 pages? 104 pages? That's 105 pages? It's just over 100 pages. Because it's page 411 to page 515. It's just over 100 pages. Becca's on her last sprint, so I'm not going to finish it in sprints because there's only 34 minutes left in this sprint. So I'm not going to finish it in sprints. But close enough. You know what? Close enough. I have also been doing washing in the time. Like, I've been doing washing, I have unfortunately been scrolling TikTok, but I've read this much today, so far. That's a good chunk. Like, that's a good chunk, and I know I'm gonna get this finished. Like, it's just over 100 pages. I've been reading about 70 to 80 pages a sprint, depending on if I've been scrolling or not, or if I've been doing washing. Like, when I did washing and got food and stuff like that, I read like 40 odd pages. But everything's happening. Like, we're hitting the end, like the proper climax of the book. What are you doing? So yeah, I am excited. So it's 47 chapters. I'm on chapter 39. So 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 47, did I say 47? 46, 47. So 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 46, 47. 9 chapters left. I've got 9 chapters left to read. Let's do this. Hopefully my next update should be me finishing Thunderhead. I really am enjoying it so far. I'm so glad I decided to continue reading. Like, I read Scythe and I read Red Rising as like almost like not try a chapter, like try the first book and see how I liked it. And while it wasn't like, when I read Scythe, it wasn't like my new favourite thing, I wasn't obsessed with it, it intrigued me enough that I wanted to read on. And I'm so glad I did, because this is, again, like, so much more intriguing. Again, it's not my new favourite thing. I didn't expect it to be, but I'm so intrigued by it. I want to continue reading it. And yeah, it's like, bits of it are so much darker than I was expecting it to be. I think that's what it is. Like, Neal Shusterman is doing things to characters that I did not expect him to do. Like, where authors might go one way, he's gone the way you might not expect it to go. I'm trying not to spoil. So it's like, I'm getting frustrated with the book because I want one thing to happen and another thing's happening, but not like in a way that's building tension, rather than like me just getting annoyed. Like, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's making me, it's putting more stakes into the books. Like, it's building more stakes. Also, like, I have to say, I really like them. The more I'm reading it, the more I'm liking the cover, because the more elements of the cover I'm actually starting to understand. Like, even down to the clouds, like with the Thunderhead and the Nimbus agents, and like, it's just, honestly, I'm really am enjoying this. Unfortunately, I did not like Red Rising as much. In fact, I really did not like Red Rising that much. I'm still torn on whether or not to read Golden Sun, and recently Reagan at Peruse Project read Golden Sun, and the whole way through she was like, yeah, no, not keen, not fan, and then it took a turn and she was like, actually, this is improving, and I was like, damn it, now I'm going to need to read Golden Sun. So we shall see. I might read Golden Sun, but for now I'm just enjoying Thunderhead. So yeah, next update should be me finishing Thunderhead. Okay, so I've just finished Thunderhead. Like, just finished Thunderhead, and I did not see that coming. I kind of want to read The Toll now. Literally, I could not. You know how you get those books where you know what the plot's going to be? Not a single thing could I have, like, guessed was going to happen in this book. Not a single thing could I have guessed. Like, where do we go from? How do we? What do we do now? How do we? I don't even know where we go from here. Like, how do we get from here to anything. Like, how do... Like, what? Yeah. I'm gonna go now and have an existential crisis over this book. Genuinely don't know what to... but I finished it. I finished the book. I didn't think I was going to manage it, but I did. It is now 6:30 and I finished the book. 515 pages. Well, I was already 190 pages in, so whatever that mass is, I did it. I finished the book. And I'm just sitting here stunned. Yeah. I'm gonna finish the vlog now, just while I'm here, because I don't think there's going to be anything interesting enough to vlog about. I might pick up another book, but I don't know if I've got the brain capacity to take in another book right now, because... What? So yeah, if you want to let me know you're here, leave me some kind of... either some kind of weapon emoji down in the comments for the scythes, or the mind blown emoji, because that's how I'm feeling right now. Yeah. If you've read Scythe and you're currently laughing at me, or like you know what happens and you're currently laughing at me, like, yeah, I'm probably gonna end up having to read the Troll next month because I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.